Central Kentucky's real estate talk show with a little bit of Lexington. From Studio 1A, this is episode number 3 of Live, Love, Lex. My name is Rick Pannell. I'll be your host, and this is Whitney Pannell, the boss.
We are realtors in Lexington, Kentucky, and we're happy to be here today. Happy to have you joining in. I am a foodie and love to explore the new great little places in Lexington and around the country to eat. I actually discovered a new place called Miyako's Poke Bowl.
Poke Bowl.
Poke Bowl.
Poke Bowl. I like that name.
And I love Miyako's for sushi, so I couldn't wait to try it. It is a bowl of sushi rice with sashimi, any type of fish you might want. Salmon, ahi, yellowtail, hamachi.
I'm assuming fresh caught.
Oh, yeah, yes, definitely. And actually, what you may not know is we have incredibly fresh fish.
Why is that?
Because Toyota is in Georgetown, and when the executives were deciding on where to come, they demanded that they wanted fresh fish flown in from Japan twice a week. That's why we have actually wonderful sushi restaurants here in Lexington.
I've always heard you say that, especially when we used to go to Seki. You loved it.
Seki was amazing, and they would go out to the airport and get that fish and bring it to the sushi restaurants, and that is still true to this day. So try the poke restaurant on Broadway. Roll the clip. I'm here today at Miyako Poke Bowl restaurant on Broadway, and it's my first time, and I can't wait to try it. So you've got a selection. You can do your own selection. I've got ahi, yellowtail, spicy crab, jalapeno, mango sauce, as well as their spicy sauce on sushi rice. So stay tuned, and I'll let you know how it is. 2 thumbs up. Miyako Poke Bowl Restaurant. You'll love it.
Welcome back to the show, and we are now at Whitney's Tips of the Week. And there she is, Whitney's Tips of the Week.
We are in full swing. You about killed her. We are in full spring market mode, Rick and I. And my tip this week is most important for a seller. Let's pretend that you are the buyer of your home. You want to look at your house at the front door, at the entrance, as if you're a buyer. So I suggest to my sellers oftentimes, let's go out to the front and look at the house. You want your front door to be painted nicely, your hardware to be in good shape. If it's brass, polish it. Windows cleaned, landscaped nicely, no weeds, no chipped paint.
I noticed just this last few weeks when you've had me out there in the trenches working it, I've noticed so much the entrance when you walk into the house is unbelievably important. It's kind of that vibe you first get when you walk into the house.
Totally. It is the gateway to the home, and that is how buyers get their first impression. If the front door and the front entrance does not look good, I've literally had buyers turn around and leave because they think that the home will not be in very good condition.
And I can contest to that because you are always cleaning, polishing, shining our front door.
That is true.
At our house.
I have our door refinished by Mr. Foe every year.
Indeed.
So anyway, that is my tip of the week, and I think it's a very important one. So sellers, take note of your front entrance.
Welcome back to Live, Love, Lex. And today in the studio, we have Jamie Clark from Synergy Home. Jamie, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Yes.
And I want to say, what we're getting ready to talk about is a big subject. And Whitney and I see it all day, every day, out in the field. And it's colorless, it's odorless, it's called
Radon.
So Jamie's going to tell us a little bit about it and what we need to know and what our viewers need to know about radon gas.
So radon gas is actually radioactive gas that naturally leaches out of the earth pretty much all over the planet. Central Kentucky is a hot spot for it because of our limestone substrate that's karst. And karst basically means it's got a lot of pores in it. So radon passively is leaking out of the earth. Well, now that our homes are tighter than they've ever been, over the last 2 decades, we've really preached tightening up our homes. But the problem is now the radon gas is being trapped in the home. So that trapped gas, if you inhale it, the radioactive gas can damage your lung tissue similar to cigarette smoking. And the EPA actually equates 10 picocarries of radon exposure to the same damage of smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
It's the number one cause of lung cancer for non-smokers.
You say 10. What's the house supposed to be at?
We want our homes to be 4 or below. Now, that's the EPA standard. The World Health Organization standard is 2.7.
Okay.
We imagine the EPA is going to be moving to that sooner rather than later. So when we do mitigation for our clients, we try to get them below a 2. That's our goal.
Great. Okay. So I'm seeing it more and more in today's real estate market. Rick and I are seeing it. And probably about 80% of the homes we sell, the buyers will get a radon test.
Absolutely.
So the big question is, and I think before a buyer kind of freaks out and, it's treatable, right?
Absolutely.
You can cure the house.
So 4 is what we consider actionable. We just had one out Military Pike that was over 200, and we were able to get it down below a 1 with 1 day's worth of work.
Wow.
And
Really?
not a very expensive mitigation job.
What is the average cost of a mitigation for your home seller?
For an average simple home with no unusual nature, we're $1,500 to $2,000 to get them in, and that comes with a guarantee and a warranty. So
Okay.
for 5 years, we're going to make sure that that house does not retest and doesn't have any problems, and the equipment doesn't fail.
Oh, that's great. How about when a buyer goes to buy a home, how much does a radon test cost roughly?
So it depends on how you get the test done, but most home inspectors are offering radon tests now, and typically it's about $150.
Okay.
If you're thinking of maybe selling your home in the future, or you're just a concerned homeowner, you can actually go to the health department here in Fayette County and get a free kit. Kentucky is so concerned about your
good to
health,
know.
they're buying the kits for you. They really
Wow.
want people to be concerned about this. And one of the reasons the home inspectors are doing it more and more, we are hearing that FHA and VA loans are going to require radon testing very soon, and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are part of that conversation.
Okay.
So it's mandatory to get a termite inspection. It's eventually going to be mandatory to get a radon inspection, and that's going to be sooner rather than later.
So, Jamie, does this gas, I'm guessing, so it seeps up from the earth, and your objective is to kind of seal it off, your foundation, so
Absolutely.
it doesn't come up into the house?
So radon is a passive gas, so it's emitting into the home through cracks and crevices, the basement slab, sump pump penetrations. Any penetration in the slab is a path that it can get into the home.
Oh, wow.
So to mitigate that, we want to go in, we want to seal every crack and crevice we possibly can, and then we're actually going to drill through your basement floor with a 5-inch diameter hole. We're going to go below that. We're going to take out about 10 gallons of gravel from underneath the house.
my.
We're creating essentially a chamber for the radon to be collected in. We tie that to an exhaust pipe that has an exhaust fan, and we're essentially vacuuming the radon out from underneath your home so it never got a chance to get in your home. And then we discharge that up above the roof line.
How interesting is that?
Yeah.
I
And
mean-
the fans are quiet. They don't use much energy. Once they're in, you never know they're there, and they run 365 days a year, and they typically last 10 to 12 years.
Oh, really? Okay, because they used to last only about 7.
Yes,
So
they've
they're a
gotten
little
better.
more efficient
Absolutely.
now. Okay, great. Well, I
You
think
know-
this has been great
Well,
information.
yeah, I was going to say something that's colorless, odorless. I mean, that's scary, but it's a big deal. So,
I got my certification out of Omaha, Nebraska, which is kind of a headquarters for radon nationally. And the director, he had a favorite line. He said, if radon smelled like rotten eggs, every house in the world would have a radon fan. Because you don't know it's there, you don't see it's there, you don't realize it's a danger.
You have no idea. Yeah, until it's too late.
It is.
So, thank you so much for
All right,
coming
thanks for
today
having me.
and giving us a little information on radon gas and what you can do to your home to help the situation.
To get your home in sync.
There you go. Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks.
thanks.
Rick, my husband, is the king of worthless knowledge. Some of it's good and very informative. Most of it is worthless.
Not true, not true. Okay, so this week, this is a good one. I know y'all are going to love this. So, when I was growing up, by the way, I'm from Greenville, Kentucky, Muhlenberg County, and if you've ever heard the John Prine song, "Oh Daddy, Won't You Take Me Back?" Okay, I won't sing, but it's a great song.
Great song.
So, when I was growing up, I got this piece of knowledge, which I think not trivial, but good information.
Okay.
Someone told me there is a word for the lint that is in the bottom of your.
Oh, surely you don't have any lint.
There's a word for the lint in the bottom of your pocket. There's an actual word for that.
What is it? I'm dying to know.
This is
Our viewers
this-
are on the edge of their seats.
This is the best part. It's a great name too. You got to remember it. Gnur.
Oh, Gnurr.
Gnurr.
Thank you,
Gnurr,
Gnurr.
spelled Gnurr. There is a name for that lint. Everybody's got it. Don't
Okay.
act like you don't.
Okay.
But there is a name for the lint in the bottom of your pocket.
Well,
so that
thank
is
you.
my
Thank you.
interesting trivia for the week.
Well, thank you all very much for tuning in. With that, we will leave it until next week's episode, right before spring break. We hope you have a great week ahead, and thanks for tuning in to Live, Love, Lex.